The date today is actually the 30th.
What?
Ah, shit. This is the wrong. Who won? Oh, yeah. The Heat won again. He's telling me the wrong date. He's trying to botch a mania out of here. Look, I have it right there.
Yep.
But, like we said, this is the Monday Night Raw review. We ended up catching up live, even though we missed literally the first hour due to dinner in the Miami Heat. But it doesn't matter because we ended up catching up. So we did miss this part live, so we couldn't be as confused as all you guys. But we were confused an hour later. John Laurinaitis starts out the show and talks about Brock Lesnar. And, he's the legitimizer. Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar comes out. He says he is the new face of the WWE. And he's talking about stuff for a while, but then... What time was it?
It's time for all the shame. The shameless spotlight stealing. Get out of my frame as I talk about the game.
Why'd you talk about yourself? Because you're Triple H.
Because I got a big ego.
He comes out. Unfortunately, he got a Mondo pop.
God fucking damn it. Fuck everybody who cheers for him.
Dayton, Ohio. Come on, man. But Triple H basically comes out and says all the perks are done. That restructured contract, the limos, the private jet, the name of the show.
The yachts.
Oh, everything.
The jet skis.
The freaking jetpacks.
The threesomes of the Bella twins.
Those are done because they got fired. Moment of silence. Goodbye, Bella Twins. It's been so much fun.
Twin Magic.
Which one is it? But yeah, he rips up the contract. Says, "Hey, you can leave if you want, but I'm ripping this up." And he tells John Laurinaitis to shut up. No.
So mean.
Be a star, Triple H.
Oh.
Brock Lesnar was only defending his friend. Brock Lesnar was not a bully here. Brock Lesnar attacks Triple H. Puts him in the Kimura.
Breaks his fucking arm.
Breaks his arm because it was so much fun. And I don't want to say all. Apparently the only superstars that like Triple H enough to come save him are R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, The Big Show, and Sheamus.
Oh, let me recap real quick. A tag team that was going for the tag belts tonight. Triple H's workout buddy and the World Heavyweight Champion, and a guy who may or may not have lost his IC title last night due to a botch.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Friends of Triple H, the TV show. But they come out and attend to him. Triple H's like, my arm is broken now. He just kept saying his hair was all messy. He looked really stupid. I loved this segment. And that was it. And then Brock Lesnar leaves. He just dips through the side curtain like, I'm out. And then we get Eve.
With some sexy glasses on.
I've never been more excited to see Eve. She said, we get 5 Beat the Clock challenge matches for the #1 contendership for the WWE title Over the Limit.
5 time, Beat the Clock challenge.
So we knew this was going to be a good time. WrestlingMatches.org. First match was Miz versus Santino in a rematch of the United States title pre-show match, which Santino dominantly won. Not the case this time. Miz wins in 4 minutes and 18 seconds with the skull-crushing finale. No Cobras were hit in this show, luckily.
Cobra!
Because he would have won. But the Miz sets the bar pretty high with 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Skull-crushing finale to beat Santino. And then we got my new favorite Divas match of all time. Triple threat Divas match for the Divas title. Nikki, Brie, the Bella Twins versus Layla. Triple threat for the belt. Well, let's just say this. This was the last time we'll ever see the Bella Twins. Match starts. They argue. Drop kicks both of them. Roll up for the win. Layla is still champion. The Bellas leave with a blaze of glory. It was later announced on WWE.com that they were fired. Cutta, released, axed, future endeavored. We're going to miss those girls.
I'm going.
We'll do a Twin Magic montage set to some wild ones. No, it needs to be much more slow.
2 is better than 1.
2?
By Boys Like Girls and Taylor Swift. Too slow.
No, 2 is better than 1 by the 2 Jobbers last night.
That's true.
2 is better than 1. And then you're just skipping to the ring the whole time. I look forward to that. So Layla is still Divas champion, and we have lost the Bella Twins forever. They are not leaving with the Divas title, unfortunately. The summer of Nikki is over. Then we get
Spring free, man.
The second Beat the Clock challenge match. Chris Jericho versus The Big Show. The ref here we're not going to name.
We can't.
This ref.
Nobody notices ref because.
No one. This ref just was doing his job. This ref was a white male.
It was not Justin King.
It wasn't Justin King.
Justin King wouldn't mess up a 10 count.
I think your TV. If you think it was just, I think your tint on your TV was broken because we had to slap our TV and it was actually Chioda. So Chioda was reffing this match, and there's 30 seconds left, and Big Show's out of the ring. Jericho's out of the ring. Big Show flies over the thing, and Mike Chioda goes 1, and then 13 seconds goes by. He goes 2.
Yeah, 30 seconds to count to 10.
Chioda, silly ref. But Jericho, Chioda gets to 9, and the clock goes to 0. And Jericho slides in. I stand by my prediction that this was supposed to be 1 second left on the clock, and Chioda botched. Or was it Armstrong? Whichever.
Yeah, I don't know what ref it was.
Yeah,
no one knows
what ref it was.
It sure as hell wasn't Justin King.
No, it was the white ref. But needless to say, I still hold through this as a botch, even though things turned out pretty good later. But so they go to commercial with a bunch of confusion, and they end up coming back from commercial and saying the Miz time is still the best. Jericho didn't win in time, so 4:18 was still the time to beat. Then we get a match of Mondo proportions. Brodus Clay versus JT Jizzle. Who won this match?
JT Jizzle, my nigga.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
JTG ends the streak of Brodus Clay.
And then the next segment tonight was Johnny and Eve and Teddy backstage.
Uh-huh.
Eve says that Brock is gone, needs to find a new leader.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena will not like his next opponent.
Nope.
No.
And Brodus Clay won, unfortunately. Going back to future things, or past things. And Brodus danced with some kids. Did we care? Not really.
No.
Unless those kids had something wrong with them, which we didn't know about, then we were sorry. And it was the best segment of the night.
One kid had Concords on, let's be honest.
That's true. We did catch that. Sean Marion. Oh, it's a triple. So yeah, dancing with kids, nothing wrong with that. And like he said, the whole thing with Eve trying to give John Lawrence a pep talk or something.
Yeah.
Then we get, was this the third? Or this was the third Beat the Clock Challenge. Randall Keith Orton versus Ric Flair. This match went 4 minutes and 16 seconds. I love that I actually know. Because 2 seconds left. Yeah. Orton hits the RKO with 2 seconds on the clock. 1, 2, 3. He wins.
Victory!
Yeah, so anyways, Randall Keith Orton wins. Because Randall Keith Orton hits the RKO.
Yep, and he is the new leader in the clubhouse. If I wasn't paying attention.
Yep, Randy Orton is in the clubhouse with the lead. He's sipping some lemonade. So 4:16 is the new time to beat. Then we get a tag team championship match. Truth and Kofi
versus Epico and Primo.
Think about that for a second. The winners of this match and new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. I wish Howard Finkel
K Quick and Kofi,
the Jamaican Crazy
Kingston from Jamaica.
But no, R-Truth and Kofi Kingston are the new tag team champions after Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise. And so the era of Puerto Rico is over.
Did they ever talk about how these two got together on a tag team?
They're black.
Have they ever cut a promo together?
They're black. They're black. I mean, it's Vince McMahon. What do we expect? They said, you're black. You're black.
You're crazy.
Tag
You're
team.
from Ghana, West Africa.
/ Jamaica / Brooklyn. But,
well,
new tag champs. Maybe this will be like Awesome Truth, where at least they'll be on TV every week. I mean, because Truth and Kofi at least are relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So, Epico and Primo weren't doing anything, except for now. Backstage, we saw Abraham, Saddam, Washington, Epico and Primo, and he said, hey, if you had let me be in charge, y'all wouldn't have lost. And then just cut off. So look forward to them never losing again. The 4th Beat the Clock Challenge. The 4th beat. It doesn't work.
What? You're telling me a shot to the head doesn't work?
No.
Oh, let me check something else real quick.
Did that hurt yourself?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess this match was no... We get the Great Khali versus Kane. And I was reminded on Twitter by... Let me give a shout out here. I was reminded on Twitter by... Q Bulls 3 Bills Oh,
Hang loose, bro.
that was so mean for you to remind me that I said Kane would feud with Punk, because I never wanted to be more wrong in my life, and luckily I was. This match ends in a no contest, and he chokeslams Khali after, so Kane will not be going to Over the Limit, and the world rejoiced on high.
Next match we got.
Oh, yes.
It cuts to my boy D. Bryan going to the ring, getting some yes chants, and then Jerry the King Lawler's music hits. And then we both said, "Oh gosh, no, don't do this to us."
I thought it was going to be reminiscent of when he kept winning those battle royals, and he kept getting title shots against the Miz, and I said no one wants to see CM Punk versus Jericho. Oh, but I still think it was supposed to be Jericho, so I figured Jerry Lawler was going to win by some nonsense, and Jericho was going to beat him up or something and take his spot. Luckily, that didn't happen. But this match didn't. I mean, it wasn't like a buzzer beater. He won with like 2 minutes to spare. Daniel Bryan makes him submit to the yes lock, and he kicked him square in the head.
Awesome.
And one of the great things where I heard this, I said, "Ow!"
You're gonna get your fucking head kicked in.
Jerry Lawler did. Jerry Lawler said, "Ow!" But yeah, so he makes some taps. So Daniel Bryan wins the Beat the Clock challenge, and as he's celebrating, you hear, and the crowd's like,
"Oh!"
Twitter broke for a minute. Like all the freaking ROH people said, "Nah." We're not even ROH people. I said, "Nah." Well, I didn't say, "Nah." I said, I like CM Punk more. I hope he wins.
I said, "Yeah, it's gotta be
said,
an Iron
nah.
Man."
He
Give
said,
him an
"Nah."
hour. Give him an hour.
See, but that's the thing. They're starting to get crossover appeal because he said, "Nah," and I said, "Yeah." So at the same time, we're both excited for very different reasons.
Yeah, I was supposed to see an hour-long wrestling match.
Yeah,
So
see,
18 falls
so that's
piece.
good. We're both excited for different reasons, so that's good for them. But Punk comes out and they acknowledge each other. Bryan says, "Yes, yes, yes." And Punk just says, it's so funny. Punk's just like, "Hey." So yeah, I'm excited for that match. Are you excited for that match?
Yeah.
Are you excited that we have to buy Over the Limit?
No.
Let's just say Over the Limit wasn't supposed to be on the pay-per-view buy list, but there's no way we're going to turn down our two favorite guys for the head title of the company. Ugh. Damn you, Vince. Making good ideas.
Then we found out Triple H's arm's broken.
Yeah, we do
So
find that out.
another great thing
We
happened.
said this. The Kimura. Ow.
You should have fucking tapped.
That was, you should have tapped. Brock will let go. Brock's a nice guy. He was just
snap or tap.
Snap or tap. Brock Lesnar's new shirt should say, "Hey, you got your arm broke." Hashtag sketchy catchphrase. I broke your arm.
Let's build it from the Soviet Union. This slogan is now, "I must break you."
Just have Brock Lesnar come back in 2 months as a Russian named Bork Laser.
Bork Laser.
I Bork Laser. I break you.
He's probably just good at mic skills in Russian. See what's in English.
I'm sure he would.
All right. Then we get John Cena coming out in the sling.
He said, dun, 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 dun.
He says, "I have no breaks and no tears." Why are you in a sling then?
Because he has a lot of strains.
He said, "Every muscle is strained." I said, "What?"
I said, "What?"
I said, "What?"
And then he goes on to give the speech. They were still booing him. I wasn't booing him. I was happy to see John Cena. John Cena has earned the respect of being a man.
Yeah, he's a man.
But he said this. There's a difference between hurt and being injured. You're injured, you put on the shelf, and you can't do anything. You're hurt, you still get to do your job and what you love to do. And he says, "I'm here!" And then some militant music hit, and it said, I don't remember how the song goes. I don't know Lauren Ice's theme, but it's a lot of fun.
It was a great time.
It's something to do with America. That's all I need to hear. His music hits, and he comes out, and he basically says that by calling Brock the new face, he was trying to motivate Cena, not run him out of town. Cena says, "Sure you were." He talks about, I don't know, he was just talking crap on Lauren Ice, and it was hilarious. Him and CM Punk's Johnny Ace voice is on point. Coughs. But yeah, so Lauren Ice tries to convince Cena that he was trying to motivate and all that, and then he says, "Your next opponent," and then boom, "Ice Heart." Dun, 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 Lord Tensai's music hit. Sakamoto does the LeBron. Woo! And then Lord Tensai says,
"And Super Shredder."
Yep, Super Shredder comes out. It's Kevin Nash. And Lord Tensai comes out. And so we're thinking, It's going to be Lord Tensai versus John Cena. Ugh. I honestly don't know what. I don't know. I don't know what if I'd rather see Tensai or what it ended up being, to be completely honest, which I don't know what that says about Lord Tensai.
It ended up being John Laurinaitis, and they beat the crap out of John Cena for a while.
Laurinaitis hits John Cena.
I'm going to spin this real quick.
Laurinaitis hits him in the back of the head with the mic.
This match will last maybe 10 minutes long, 10 minutes long now, which means Randy Orton's match, this new crowd title match, and all this other great shit.
Sheamus Del Rio.
Sheamus Del Rio.
I'm guessing.
Probably is going to get a longer time slot now.
Or it's going to make WrestleMania 26 McMahon versus Bret Hart, where it goes 45 minutes of just pure. Everyone was so mad.
I'm gonna let down.
I just hope. I just want to So yeah, a lot of people are going to be pissed about this. I don't know anyone that's saying yeah.
Johnny Ace back.
I mean, because this isn't like if I see him hit the RKO. Yes, I know that he didn't call it the RKO. It was the Ace
Clipper. Diamond cutter.
Yeah. Well, but if he hits an RKO on Cena, but listen, hopefully, I don't want to complain about this because hopefully this match, the complaining about this will come after the match if it goes like 25 minutes and it's the main event of Oakland. But for right now, in our head, we can see it going 10 minutes and some crazy stuff happens and it just gets done with and it's just not a big deal. That's fine. But it will be that, and they leave Cena just destroyed. They work the arm. Chair shots to the arm, just beating on the arm. Ugh. So we have 2 matches set for Over the Limit. John Laurinaitis versus John Cena. I repeat, John Laurinaitis versus John Cena for the right of best John in the world. And then we get the WWE title match, CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. So before all you internet people freak out about John Cena, John Laurinaitis, let me repeat what the other match is. CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. So if you're going to complain after getting your dream match, they have to go change your pants for, I don't want to talk to you ever again. So don't write me messages or tweet me.
Assholes.
Idiots. Alright, but really, subscribe above because we're almost 600, which is really awesome.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Subscribe above then.
Yeah, subscribe above, like this video, and leave your comments below on Over the Limit and Raw. We will see you on one of the days. Salute.